Too much pride out there. Too much pride and not enough introspection. See, everyone thinks that they're right. And what's more, they think everyone that doesn't fully agree with them is wrong. Now, I know that I am neither completely right nor completely wrong, and that's how almost everybody else is on this planet. They have a little bit of right and a little bit of wrong in them. Problem is, nobody's willing to look inside themselves. This past week has been fairly telling when it comes to the political situation going on out there. All of these people pushing toward their own ends rather than the greater good, special interest groups and all of that. Nobody wants to watch late night television anymore. Nobody wants to watch some smug British or South African person sitting around for an hour or two, bashing on the current president and trying to push political agendas. People want to be entertained. People don't want virtue signaling and social justice anymore. We're tired of it. Beyond that, the Emmys have had the lowest ratings ever. And of course they're going to blame Netflix and Hulu and other things like that rather than blame the fact that they really just spent 2 hours bashing on the current president of the United States. Now, I know that a lot of people hate Trump, just as a lot of people love him. Oddly enough, a lot of people hated Obama, and a lot of people loved him. Both presidents, Trump is not particularly good. He's not as bad as a lot of people suggest either. Obama, he wasn't particularly good, and he wasn't as bad as a lot of people suggested. Isn't that how it goes with pretty much everybody? The only people who are really excellent are people like Stephen Hawking, Neil deGrasse Tyson. That guy who they made a movie about him, Stand and Deliver. People like that, those are amazing people. In fact, people like that, I don't even care if they're from this country. I would love to see one of those be president. I gotta look up that guy's name now from Stand and Deliver. You gotta look up that movie, by the way. Pretty darn good. Worth seeing. Here's the thing. The only people that are watching late night TV anymore, they're the same people that wake up every morning with a hate boner for one person out of 7 billion people on this planet. They're not worried about murderers. They're not worried about actual warmongers and terrorists. No, they're worried about an orange guy with bad hair who happens to have a few good policies and a few bad policies, just like everybody else does. He's not physically killing people. He's not tantamount to murder on any of his policies. He's just a guy who happened to become president. And you know what? We'd be looking at roughly the same thing if Hillary had become president. Bunch of haters, bunch of lovers, and a few people in the middle who are just tired of hearing about it. People, put your pride away. Start looking inside of yourselves and realize that you don't need to worry about the rest of the world. If you improve yourself, and if you know that you can count on others to also improve themselves, eventually things are going to get better in this world. This world will get better. Become a better person. Stop taking classes that are just going to stroke your ego in college. Instead, do something hard. Do something a little scary. Do things that are risky. Be what America used to be. Because what America is turning into, I can go to the local daycare and see that all day long if I want. In the meantime, I'd like to address something. I've been called a Nazi apologist by somebody because I didn't agree with the idea of somebody being hit for their beliefs. Now, granted, being a Nazi, it's an exceptionally vile belief. It's going to be a great day when we can finally say, not a single Nazi exists on this planet. At the same time, though, sucker punching somebody is an asshole move. Reports now suggest that it was Antifa who precipitated it and that the guy who punched him was a member of Antifa. Kind of goes with their MO. By the way, guys, I'm always looking for visits from you. Hitting somebody for their words is not acceptable. And it just shows that your pride is too great for your actions. Again, a little introspection. In the meantime, I'm letting go. Bye.